Welcome to the World Today, our midweek edition. I am Amarachi Ubani. We'll begin today's program with breaking news coming from Iraq, where the army or the government is set to have asked the U.S. to launch airstrikes against jihadist militants who've been fighting government forces for over 2 weeks now. In the meantime, much earlier, the Iraqi army said it had succeeded in retaking the country's biggest oil refinery, which had been attacked by militants early this morning from outside two of the three main entrances to the refinery. The army said it had that 40 attackers have been killed, though that number cannot be independently verified. But Prime Minister Nouri Al Maliki, in a live broadcast today, urged the citizens to unite against the insurgents. For over 2 weeks now, the Iraqi army has been battling insurgents under the Islamic State in Iraq and the Levant. Nearby town of Beji was overrun by ISIS-led militants last week. Foreign personnel, including a small number of British nationals, were evacuated from the refinery earlier, but local staff reportedly remained in place. Al-Baji accounts for a little more than a quarter of the country's entire refining capacity, all of which goes towards domestic consumption for things like petrol, cooking oil, and fuel for power stations. Hundreds of people have been killed since fighting began and the start of the militant offensive. Many of them have also been captured. Soldiers have been shot publicly, according to pictures posted by ISIS online and videos that they also posted. I will be joining now Professor Isaac Mbachu from the Nigeria Defense Academy. He's with the Political Science and Strategic Studies Department in the Academy. Professor, thank you. Professor, thank you so much for joining us on The World Today.
Thank you very much.
Let's begin with the latest now from Iraq. What do you make of the recent request made by the Iraqi government asking the U.S. to launch airstrikes on the Islamist militants?
Yes, the government of Iraq, led by the Prime Minister Nouri Al Maliki, seems to be overwhelmed by the rapid advances made by ISIS approaching the Iraqi capital of Baghdad. But the question is, would a strike halt the advance of ISIS towards the Iraqi capital? And is it not belated equally? Before I go on, let me first of all tell you the history of ISIS. ISIS is a renegade branch of Al-Qaeda. And remember that Al-Qaeda was set up by the United States of America in the 80s to fight the Soviet troops in Afghanistan then. So U.S. trained Al-Qaeda, U.S. trained Taliban. And ISIS is the offshoot of Al-Qaeda. In fact, is the militant and the radical group of Al-Qaeda. ISIS was formerly in Syria helping President Assad against the opposition. So they gathered momentum, gathered strength in northern Syria, and now came back to Iraq, capturing one city after the other. Where are they drawing their strength? ISIS is getting its strength from the Sunni enclave, or what I can call the Sunni uprising. The Sunnis or Sunnis have been marginalized, largely marginalized by the Nouri Al Maliki government of Iraq. In fact, if you see the same problem created by the United States of America, when the U.S. invaded Iraq, they now upturned the power equation in Iraq. Formerly, the Sunnis were the dominant power bloc, but now the Shiites are in position of power.
Professor,